morning, sir. Good morning. It's my pleasure meeting you
Same
with you
here.
again.
Same here.
Being a veteran in the industry, the media
Thanks.
industry. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Now, smart homes.
Yeah.
What is smart homes? It's actually a home that is being controlled in a smart way, digitally. That is controlled digitally. Everything there is being controlled and monitored with our smartphone. It is a new, it is a trend because we are now in the age. This is the age we are in now. Is the age of the internet. It's called the knowledge economy.
Okay.
As the age of the IoT, Internet of Things,
Okay.
or it might be called the big data age.
Okay.
Whereby with data you can connect to the world. You can never be stranded anywhere in the world if you have internet. With internet you can communicate, and that's why our government needs to do more, invest more into that infrastructure. Because in the Western world, we are making use of internet to do so many things. Now come back to real estate. Before the advent of the internet, you have your house, normally just open your doors, and but all that are changing very fast because internet, smart homes, it comes with what? Security. One thing we lack in this country that is a major problem is what? Security. That's our major problem in this country. And that's why investors are trying to see how to come in. And that's why we, as our government, they must watch the coming election very well. Because it's going to determine so many things for investors coming in. Now, security. Having your house controlled saves a lot. Aside from the security aspect, it saves you money. For example, a smart home must have what is called motion censored light. What does that mean? All the electricity in this room will be motion censored. Immediately I open, they come up. Immediately I'm out, they go off. Automatically. Nobody on, nobody off. They are programmed. So motion sensor in the sense that when it senses human, animal, or anything that just trigger, it comes on. And when the place is quiet, it goes off. That alone will what? Save you the cost of paying electricity bill. Because in Nigeria, we are so careless that even in the afternoon, you see somebody putting on light outside. So, but smart homes, has been able to what? Curtail that. Number two, talk about security doors and opening. You can sit anywhere in the world and grant access into your apartment. You can open your door, somebody coming in to fix, whereby you'll be seeing the person because the place is covered with CCTV camera, and the camera is connected to the internet. So anywhere you are, it's just for you to log in and be seen. So you cannot easily open your door anywhere. You can lock your door. Number three, you can trigger alarm system, whereby if an alarm is open here, wow, anybody that comes in, the person will surely run, run away because the magnitude, the power, the noise alone. And but for me, majorly, it talks about security. For example, there are some estates in this country, in Lagos in particular, and if you don't have your daily codes, you can't access. And that's one of the advantage of a smart estate or a smart home. As a resident of the estate, you receive daily codes every day. Every morning you have your code. So anybody that is coming to see you, send the code, they punch it at the gate opens. So that's why we don't even need any multiple security men. So it saves cost. Smart home does what? Saves cost. Smart homes comes with adequate security. Opens your gate, you go moving, then when you're coming out, same. With smartphones, your environment is well protected. In for example, if there's a gas leakage somewhere, the alarm triggers and you see, okay, what you quickly query what is the problem? Gas. You can switch off the gas. You lock it from the source because it's being connected. You can check your sewage system to know the level so that you don't get caught unawares when there's any issue, maybe it's being filled up. So you can easily see that on your smartphone. You can check your water level on the tank because all these are what's controlled. Now it's just like also driving a smart car whereby you have your dashboard and every information are being displayed. If you are having a tire issue, it will be shown. If you know everything is well programmed and it's like you having something talking with you. You are communicating, and that is the world we are in now. We are in the world of communication, and that's why your industry, becoming so big every day because communication. Talk about the Facebook of this world, Instagram. This is about communication. So many things that we hardly get information about some years back. Now you get it right on time, and that's what. So with your with your smartphone, you can easily scan your house to know if there's maybe any intruder is somewhere. Then the robot will quickly move in, check all the nooks and crannies of the house, tell you that your house is free and clean. Same as even as cleaning of the house as well. There are robots that can easily can be triggered and they will do the cleaning, thorough cleaning. Currently, we are building one at we are currently building one at Samaja, whereby all the gas systems will be centrally controlled, the sewage system will be centrally controlled, water system electricity centrally controlled. So what you just need to do is, at the end of the month, you only pay for what you use. Everything will be properly managed. There is no excesses. If you have used A, you only pay for A. Because you also have a meter to check. It's a win-win deal. The digital age, the smart home has brought everybody into landline information. We are all in the know. We all have information. So no one is being deceived or maybe hid somewhere. Information is out there. You can easily go online to check. How much am I paying for gas? You have it on you have your ticket, so that is where the world is now, and that's exactly, and improvement is coming up every time. In fact, there's a new technology that your roof, as the roof of your house, can actually provide you electricity, gives you electricity. During the day, you can off the general and just have electricity, and can also control the weather condition in the house. That is, if you want the house to be warm, just trigger warm weather, cold weather. Yes, and it just starts because the roof will be able to store energy at a particular time, and that energy can be converted. We have that in Dubai, Jumeirah City, Palm Jumeirah in Dubai, whereby weather are being controlled. There's this hotel called Atlantis Hotel, Palm Jumeirah in Dubai. You don't need AC in your room. There is a converter that will convert the energy, that will convert the atmosphere around you into exactly what you needed. If you need your house to be warm, the converter will convert the weather into warmness. And if you want it to be cold, it will change naturally. So we don't need to install AC again. So I am the idea is that if you are working, you need to upgrade yourself because things are changing very fast. Now those in the AC business, they are losing out in that regard because this weather can be converted. That's one advantage of the smart home. Palm Jumeirah is one of the most expensive environments in the world because you don't need any electricity is being generated digitally in Palm Jumeirah. Everything there is well controlled, and you just in the button you see you can sit here and be watching your estate. All what you need is just to access just the pin code. Then you see your estate and okay. Just like even me here, I can easily see some of my hotels. They are digitally connected. This office is digitally connected. You have CCTV everywhere, and the CCTV is connected to our phone, so I can see you. I can even communicate. Yes, we can communicate via, and it's cheaper because we are not even expending any airtime or just be talking because the camera has got a speaker. I can talk, then you can reply. So the basis of smart home is that it saves costs and it is more secured, security wise, and what saving of cost. So if you and that's why it is good for you to work smart rather than working hard. Work smart. Switch to the smart way of doing things. Now there are technologies now that in the next few years to come, there is what is called biotechnology, whereby a human being will be living more than 100, 150 years. There's a technology whereby your gene will be extracted and a new gene will be imputed into you. You become a new person. Then you can live longer. In the next few years, you'll be having these are phones, smartphone will be like a chip. It will be inserted in you and you can't steal the phone. The world is moving digitally. This phone I have here, I actually don't have any SIM card there because I'm using a digital SIM card, eSIM card. If your phone is enabled, you go to MTN office, they give you what? eSIM card. Unlike the other whereby somebody can easily pick this phone and take out the SIM card and maybe, but I don't have any, there's no SIM, but the phone is working. That's the digital knowledge we are talking about here. Things are changing. You see, if you get to Turkey, go around Europe, you can easily do, there's artificial intelligence. There are new ways. The medical lines, they are really doing so much. You can change your hair. This can be taken off, then the new ones will be implanted, and you look younger. Your teeth can be taken off, and a new set will be inserted. Easily done, without you going through anything. So many things. The heart can be worked on, So, and in fact, there's a new technology coming on now that if you are going to be operated on, your body will not be torn or maybe anything touched. You just use laser operating materials on you, then to correct all the anomalies there, and you'll be fine. So you don't need to be, to go under any knife or maybe to be torn on. No. Things are changing. So it is the world, we are in the world of digital technology. So everything we do must tilt towards you doing what? Digitally. Either your homes, your thinking, your business. 70% of our clients get information through the digital means. They see it through any social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, and now we don't need to travel for meetings. With Zoom, you can have your meeting. and do meetings all over the world. And that actually affected even the aviation industry. In some years now, some bankers will be losing jobs in the next 5 years, 10 years, because you don't really need to go to any bank to do any business. With your phone and your login details, you are on, you are up and running. There are some businesses that will be going into extinction. There are some courses in school, yes, that you don't. So that is that. So we have to switch into that world. As a company, we are working towards that. We have a project that is ongoing, and the next few months we should be through with some of the projects and test running it to the market, and you have it connected. But the basis is that if you are having a smart home, it saves you cost and it is more secured. That's the basis.
Thank you very much. Let's talk about 2023. What's the shape that you think the real estate would look like in view of all the things that are happening on the ground, the CBN policy, the elections, and all of that? And we have only 12 months.
Yes. Um, Real estate business all over the world is um, even despite the economic challenges, the inflation, we talk about economic crisis. Real estate industry is always there. Will always be there because it is actually what everybody needs. We talk about food, clothing, and shelter. There is no economic crisis that will take out food from our table. Same as any economic issue that will take out housing. We always have a place to live in. When COVID came, we all went back home. We were sent home for 1 month plus in Nigeria. Even a madman, he went back to under the bridge. That's an infrastructure, real estate infrastructure. So it will always be, but for Nigeria in particular, I pray our government gets it right this time by allowing the election to go normal. There shouldn't be any breakout of any, there shouldn't be any issue. Just exactly the way Goodluck Jonathan called Buhari that year, 2015. The Buhari should just call the winner and hand over quietly because so many things are at stake. One, investors are looking at Nigeria, they are looking at the coming election. And Nigeria really depends on foreign direct investment, FDI, bringing in funds from the world because Nigeria has got everything they needed. Nigeria has got all resources, all gold we have in abundance, even crude we have in abundance, and they keep coming into, but they are being careful. In bringing investment, security is key. If there is no security, nobody will invest. If an expatriate will be kidnapped, he will not come to the country. If there is political unrest, they will not come. So the outlook for 2023 is that this election must go well. It is the determinant factor for this year's economy in Nigeria. CBN has no issue about the new change in naira, change in currency, the limit and everything. That is fine. You can always work around that. Do your online transfers, but the election is a major determinant. As we speak, some of them are already traveling out of the country. We heard of some that are saying they want to go for medical checkup. It's just about to go there and keep themselves there. It's just less than 2 months. February. So this election will determine the economy. And when the economy is right, real estate will move up. That is, Nigerians in diaspora love to invest home because they know that there is no place like home. And one of the major investment they do is what? Real estate. They invest in properties. They buy as many as possible because they understand that working in the cold can't be a continuous thing. It will get to a certain age, they will not be able to do it again. So what they have invested would be what they will need to fall back on. But you can only invest when there is peace and orderliness. So we pray that our government should be able to look into this critically because it has to do with all the economy. But real estate is certain, is good. There is a brighter outlook, for 2023. What you need to do as a company is to have good products, sellable products. Real estate is about location, location, location. If you have good location for a product, you have your market. The market is there. Now, with the coming of the Dangote refineries, the international new airport coming up, deep sea ports by tolerance, the free trade zone, the Alaro City, and so many development coming up in Bedleki, you can see the development coming up in the housing sector. Most companies are really enjoying, picking from that opportunity there. But that can only continue if there is what? Peace and orderliness. So I pray that the election should just what? Go well. Because the outlook is that this election will determine so many. If this election does move on well, investors will what? Coming back to the country. And when they come in with foreign direct investment. And that will really help the economy. When we have inflows coming in, it will cushion the budget. It will there will be monies, it will take down the foreign exchange. Presently naira to dollar is about 750. It can always come down if we have enough dollars in our reserve. That's CBN. They have enough. Now look at the aviation sector. Because they couldn't repatriate their monies. Ordinarily we pay the aviation sector naira. When they are going, they can't take naira, they will take dollars. But because we don't have enough dollars, they have their money in naira stocked here with CBN. But they can't take it out. And that was why the likes of Emirates left the country. A major market like that. Now, if you are going to Dubai, you must go through either Qatar, or you have to go from Qatar, you now move to, ordinarily Emirates would have just been there. And as at that point, it was even more affordable. Because they can't repatriate now, some of them had to go into the black market in repatriating their funds. So, as a frequent traveler now, we have to be paying in the black market rate. And that's why you see a business class seat for 3 million. 6 million. While the economy will be going for 1.5. Economy used to be 400. Yeah. Business class will be maybe 1 million naira. So the election is a major determinant for inflows of foreign direct investment. Dollars coming in, pounds coming in, euros coming in, tele coming in, most of this money you see, investors coming to invest both in the local and in so many industries. In the farming industries, there are so many things that can be exported. In the mining industry, even our oil, crude. So election is key. In fact, we as a country we have to be intentional about making sure that this election goes on well, because it will affect everybody.
Yeah.
So I just beseech the president, is the father of everybody, to make sure that there is free and fair election. The same way he got into power, the same way he should also hand over peacefully, so that there can be continuity and you can, because if you check, as at this time when he came in 8 years ago, Naira dollar was around 170.
Mm.
As of today, it's 750. That's a major gap. As at that time, we were buying cement for 1,000, 1,200. Cement is about 5,000 naira now. You can see why houses are being expensive and why somebody that wanted to rent a two-bedroom flat that used to be 300, a mini flat, as for a young couple, it used to be for 300, it's now 1 million.
Mm.
Because the prices of building materials has gone up. 1 ton of iron that used to be like 100,000, 120 is now 500 and something thousand. So everything moving up. So, but with good election and good policies in place for the new administration, I know Nigeria will be a better place to live in and doing business, most badly for the real estate.
If you are to advise the new government coming in terms of what they can do to make real estate business easy for developers and all that, what are the key areas that they must put in their agenda for the next administration?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Supporting the real estate industry is very easy, but it's just there must be the willingness of a government in supporting in truth and in deed that yes, I am ready to support. How? For example, there are companies in Lagos State, for example, let's use Lagos as a case study, developing and building houses. One of the major criteria before building is for you to acquire the land. You must have a land before you can switch into development. Now, the bottleneck starts from getting the land, the right land for development. Omonile has fact they have sent so many people out of market, out of business by selling one land to two, three people. So what does government need to do is just there are allocations. You can call some developers. You take 50 hectares. You get develop these 20 hectares. I'm giving you 1 year to develop, with all infrastructures in place. Why not? You see houses springing up every day. There are so many of these. Go to Lagos Ibadan Express. See, just be seeing trees, bush everywhere. Or they can be developed. All what government needs to do is just to. Government doesn't really need to give money. Bank will do when bank sees that you have a very good land with good title, sir. There is a development bank in charge of building of houses whereby they give you money. They are available. All what they need from you is what the collateral, which is the land. The land is immovable. You can't move it. And with a title document, if you default, they will take it over. So what government needs to do is to get us land that we can develop. As a company, we have developed 21 estates, and then yes, and one of the estates alone, we have built 970 units of two bedroom and three bedroom somewhere around the Mowe axis. Now, come to think of it, if you can get more good lands like that, you can do more. You can do more.
Would that in any way also reduce the housing deficit?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can build for Nigerians. As it is now, government don't really have business in doing business. Even in building houses. All what they need to do is to put good legislations in place, good platforms for youth running your business. For me, let them get us good land. Allocate good land. Though we will also pay for it, it's not free. But let's do it in a seamless way. In a very, like I said from the beginning, in truth. And not somebody saying it with mouth, but when it comes to implementation, there's a problem. You have bottlenecks. Maybe the government pronounce that allocate XYZ land to, then maybe the commissioner for lands will say, he's not my friend, I will not give him. Maybe the palm sec of this, no, there should be a synergy there. There are so many disparities, and government should look into this. There are so many of these undeveloped land. You can call developers, interested developers. Let's see your capacity. Let's see what you have done. Okay, we have 1,000 hectares of land to be developed, and this must be fully developed in the next 2 years or 3 years. Yeah, sir. 1,000 hectares of land, sir. That will change the face of real estate business in any country, in any state. Even the locality will experience a turnaround. Yes.
So how looking back now, how was 2022?
2022 was a mix of the good and the bad side. The good side, you know, government, we had, Nigerians in diaspora were able to move in, and they brought in funds because they made so much money. There was more opportunity for Nigerian diaspora because beginning of the year, exchange rate was around 360. Later it moved to around 500. It was around 500 at the point last year. Now, between that last year, it moved to like almost about 900 before it now dropped back to 7 thereabout. So Nigerians in diaspora, they were just happy buying properties because it's the same dollar they are making 1,000. If you have $1,000, they will use it making more investments here. You understand?
I do understand.
So it's actually a mix of the good and the bad. But for the just last year wasn't that bad for the company because we were able to build more houses, but materials went so high, the price of materials skyrocketed, and it affected in doing more. And if you build more, if you build an affordable rate, you can sell at affordable rate. And when your product is affordable, it will call for more customers. But when it's too expensive, you know, very few respondent, very few customers will be able to respond to it. So we last year was just to me a mix of both the good and the bad. But I just hope that 2023 will be better with this election coming in and good policies from the new administration coming up, and let's see how we can be better, out of the last year is gone. It was a mix, of both sides. But I just hope that because last year was a bit tough. Yes, it was a bit very tough because I remember at a point we had to stop construction. We had to shut down some of the sites because prices of materials went so much. We were all there when dollar was moving,
Yeah, exactly.
and the same way because 70% of what we are using to build are imported. 70%. The other 30% are just the gravel, the sharp sand, the stones, but other the POP
Fittings and all.
fittings, the light, the doors, the tiles, the handles, the locks, about 70%. All this shredding, powder, within the painting, all the chemicals are what's being imported. 70% of building materials. And that dances into the tone there. Anything the dollar says, it is what the importer will sell. So if we have if we have land, for example, we'll be able to come in, okay, 30% is solved, then let's face the 70%. When you have 100% to contend with, it's actually a very tough one. And that's why most companies in Lagos are not building. They're only selling land. We call them land speculators. But for you to transit to becoming a developer, you need to be strong, you need to be committed, you have to put your eyes on the ball to avoid wastages, to avoid theft, to avoid unnecessary issues. And you just have to be up and doing. Just have to be up and we must seek how to curtail excesses. In fact, as a company, we had to change our policies about 3 times last year. There was a time we were given 3 years payment plan. We had to reduce to 2 years. There was a time we were doing more of finished apartments. We had to reduce to carcass. Now we do more of carcass structures. There was a time we usually give you houses allocation at 50-70% payment. We had to take it up to 100% payment because of all the uncertainties. So it's such a very, very interesting industry, but very tasking and capital intensive. Also, deliver just a unit, not so easy. And that's why, as a company now, we are looking outside the shores of the country. We have just established our company in Europe, that's in Turkey. We have a company fully registered. We have a, we have just acquired a site. We want to start building houses there. We're selling to both Nigerians and everywhere, everybody in the world. Because the economy in Nigeria, you have to be very, you have to be thinking very fast by also diversifying. COVID shut down some businesses. We don't know which one is coming again. Fine, real estate business is the oldest business in the world because it's a business that God is interested in, and it's the only business God is doing. If you check your Bible, you will see He said, "The earth is the Lord, and the fullness thereof, the world and all the inhabitants." So everything in this world belongs to Him. And we doing the business, we are co-business, with God. So it's the oldest business in the world. It will keep moving. But if care is not taken, if you are not careful, you can be taken out from the race if care is not taken. If care is not taken. If you are not careful. Because you might have collected money for a project and within 1 month there is a problem. You have to pay, otherwise you will be sued. And like we mentioned, this is the media section and the media season, media world, whereby your name can be called out, you can be exposed. Somebody can just go to Instagram and shout and say, so company dupe me. And before you know it, everywhere in the world, they will just see your picture and see your information out there. So you've got to be careful. In anything you are entering, you must be calculative. So that was why we had to switch. Let's move into a very stable economy and test the waters, and see how to do some stuff there. But it's just the same thing we are doing here. That's the same. But let's move on.
Thank you very much. Segun. Nice one. Thank you, Money Program.